only a handful of people even think about planning their own funeral. Phil Robertson went a step further. He preached it. In true Duck Commander style, the Louisiana legend hit record, looked straight into the camera, and left behind a farewell sermon he once played the day his casket rolls in. That single act, both unconventional and unapologetic, tells you everything about the man who turned a backyard duck call business into a media empire, and, along the way, became one of America's loudest voices for faith over fame. Phil wasn't always the bearded patriarch millions later adored. Friends remember bar brawls, wild nights, and a soul sprinting as far from God as he could get. Then in the mid-1970s, he shocked his own family by trading the bottle for a Bible and vowing never to look back. It was the kind of overnight pivot only Phil could pull off, and he spent the next 5 decades living like his second chance came with an expiration date. Duck Commander exploded, Duck Dynasty conquered cable, and Phil's gravel-rough sermons found pulpits everywhere from church camps to duck blinds. That urgency explains why, sometime in 2024, Phil quietly walked into the Unashamed studio, asked for a fresh SD card, and recorded a message no one would hear while he was breathing. According to sons Al and Jace, the tape is simple. 3 points, 1 mission. First, the clock is ticking, get right with God while you still can. Second, death isn't the end, it's a doorway. Third, live loud for Christ so you leave this world empty, with nothing left unsaid. Those who've previewed the footage describe classic Phil, blunt humor, zero sugarcoating, and that signature line, "I'm just a C+ man serving an A+ God." Candid conviction, though, always came with controversy. Fans applauded his 2013 stand on traditional values, critics blasted the comments as hateful, and A&E suspended him for 9 days. When he resurfaced, viewership actually grew. Proof that polarizing authenticity can be a superpower in the attention economy. Over the next decade, he doubled down speaking at CPAC, launching the Blaze specials, and warning America that sin is the ultimate swamp. Detractors rolled their eyes, loyalists filled arenas. Rumor has it the backlash only steeled his resolve to keep the gospel front and center. Then, real life trumped TV drama. By late 2024, whispers swirled that Phil's memory was fading. In March 2025, the family confirmed an Alzheimer's diagnosis. On May 25, 2025, the man known to millions as Duck Commander died at 79. Cameras on Duck Dynasty. The revival cut to black as Willie choked through the news and vowed to protect his mother, Miss K. Just days later, Willie admitted her health is not in the best shape. A mix of age, grief, and 60 years of marriage suddenly gone. The clan is reeling, yet Phil's pre-recorded words keep echoing. Al says the family hasn't decided when to play the sermon, maybe at a public memorial, maybe inside Duck Commander's metal warehouse where it all began. But whenever the moment comes, the tape will roll exactly once. No edits, no soft music. Dad wanted one last shot at every heart in the room, Jace explained on Unashamed. Why would anyone do that? Because Phil believed every sunrise was a new pulpit. Hunting story, teach salvation. Family prayer, remind folks of eternity. Reality TV fame, hijack it for the kingdom. Recording his own funeral message wasn't performance art. It was strategic evangelism, proof that even death can't muzzle a mouth on fire for the gospel. Yet legacy is never just sermons, it's also snapshots. Picture Phil's wildest shot, a foggy Louisiana dawn, a buck ghosting behind a wall of branches. Most hunters lower their rifles. Phil threaded one bullet through a 6-inch opening and dropped the animal in its tracks. Mac Owen, his lifelong friend, swears the deer never heard the blast. Uncle Si, equal parts comic and sage, still retells the story with a grin. That deer met Jesus before it hit the ground. The tale illustrates why millions tuned in week after week, not just for quips about frogs and sweet tea, but to watch a man trust instinct, seize moments, and laugh loud when others played safe. Miss K now sits in the living room Phil built, thumbing a worn leather Bible and asking Willie whether anyone will fill his empty recliner. Fans worry, family rallies, and somewhere in Duck Commander's vault lies an SD card marked "Play this when I'm gone." On it, Phil's deep drawl will remind the crowd that celebrity is fleeting, eternity isn't, and hesitation can cost everything. He'll close, rumor reports, with the same invitation he gave strangers in hardware store aisles: don't wait till you're laying flat on your back. call on him today.
Every last one of you,
When that final
you have a
sermon
skill
finally
set.
booms through the speakers,
It may not be
mourners
this
may
one,
come expecting a
but you have a
eulogy.
skill set.
They'll get an altar call instead. Because the wildest shot Phil Robertson ever took wasn't aimed at ducks or deer, it was aimed at the human heart. And if it lands the way he prayed it would, more than a few listeners will walk out different than they walked in. So ask yourself, if the tape rolled today, would you shrug it off, or would Phil's last words hit their mark?